Welcome back to Harriet's Florida Kitchen. I'm Harriet. We're in Florida and this is my kitchen. Now today I am doing a recipe that I have been looking for about 35 years. When we used to go, and actually we are doing that again, go up to the mountain that the University of the South is on, in Swanee, where my husband went to school. We've gone to many events and reunions and gone up there in the summer. In the summer, my friends and I used to drive down to the bottom of the mountain to Cowan, Tennessee, which had a wonderful house called the Corner House, a wonderful little Victorian Queen Anne house with great food. These ladies made the food, and boy, they didn't give away any recipes. They also made this incredible punch, which I'll make another time. But one of the things we did was we'd sit at lunch, my ladies, friends and I, and we would try to dissect what on earth was in the lemon ribbon ice cream pie. And we couldn't figure it out. We knew it was frozen. We knew it had whipped cream. We knew it had lemon curd. We knew it had graham cracker crust. But we just couldn't, I don't know why, maybe we were just dumb, but we couldn't figure out how it worked. Well, before the Corner House closed, they apparently came out with a little cookbook, which I didn't know anything about, I had never heard about. And then my friend Ann Kutchmeyer here in Tampa said, I found a copy of it. I've got a copy of the Corner House cookbook. So of course she will not part with the cookbook, but she started Xeroxing, she started taking photographs of the recipes, and then she sent them to me, and so I have printed them. And that's been a bit of a problem because what I do is I usually take Lens, my Lens app, and I take the recipe and I copy it onto my Google Docs. And so a little problem occurred because these characters don't always come out exactly the right way. You're supposed to, you have to edit it just like you do any AI product. So when I made it, it calls for 1/4 cup of butter. And I'll just tell you that by mistake, it came over as a 1/2 cup of butter. And I made it with a 1/2 cup of butter. And I'm gonna make it with a 1/2 cup of butter for the rest of my life. It is terrific. And it did not screw up the lemon curd. So here's the thing. I'm gonna show you how to make all of it. And the lemon curd is amazing because it's super easy. And if you've watched my Grand Meringue Chantilly, you know making creme anglaise is really tricky. It'll curdle, you've got to take it right off. You can just do a track on the spoon. That is not the case with lemon curd. You almost can't screw it up. There's some tricks and I'll show you what those are. But it is pretty foolproof once you get it into the double boiler and you're whipping it around. The same thing is true with the crust. I had no idea it was so easy to make graham cracker crust. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner. I just buy it at the grocery store. Well, it's so delicious. It's so buttery if you make it yourself. So we're going to start with that. And I couldn't decide whether I wanted to use what Nabisco calls their Nabisco graham crackers original or the honey grahams, which I really think is the original. I've used both. I'll tell you they're both fine. So, but they're both delicious, not just fine, they're great. Use a sleeve of these to make the crust. I feel like it needs one more slice. So you may have to open a second sleeve. I think it needs 10 to make the 1.5 cups. And I tested it. I put it in my food processor and then I measured it. Then after I've measured the 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, remember about 10 slices. I'll put that back in. Put it back in the food processor. Put the melted butter in. 1/3 cup, put in 1/4 cup of sugar, and blend it until it is all ground up. Probably a good idea to take it off halfway through, push it from the edges. You've got not a lot of butter in there, enough butter, it's the right amount. Remember, I use butter rather than the margarine that the original sort of 50s recipe called for. Okay, one more time, and then done. Okay, first mistake of the day. I was going along merrily saying, oh, let's just put this right into the pie pan, forgetting that the last time I did this, to my sorrow, I did not put enough butter in the actual bottom of the pie plate. And notice we're using a rectangular pie plate, not a round one, because that's the quantity of this pie. Anyway, I didn't put enough butter in, and it was hard to get off because this thing is going to be frozen by the time you actually serve it. Even though there's butter in the pie crust, don't believe that it's going to be enough to help you lift this thing off the bottom. So, plenty of butter here. Then you're going to pour this in from the food processor. Okay. And you're going to smash it out like this. It calls for a 9 by 13, but I'm using an 8 by 11 because I didn't think that there was quite any. It seemed to me it made the crust a little bit too thin across the whole thing, and you had to really push it out, and you ended up, I don't know, with kind of a skin of graham cracker crust. But gosh, graham cracker crust is so good. I mean, I think you need as much proportion to the content of your pie as you can possibly get. So here is kind of roughly what you do. Notice it doesn't have to be even on the sides like a regular pie pastry or anything like that. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven at 350 and then take it out after 5 minutes. Now, you remember we've had this conversation before about when we did the creme anglaise for the grand meringue chantilly. When you're doing a double boiler, you do not want the water in the double boiler to touch the bottom of the double boiler top. You want it to be just simmering along. So you put that on there. Do the eggs first. Those are going to be, we're going to whip those. Let me see which size whip I want to use. I think I'll use this one, given to us by our great friends James and Virginia in London. Always reminds me of them when I use it, so that's why I do. Okay, so these just need to be whipped up, totally mixed up. They don't have to be particularly thick. You know, you didn't separate them, so that didn't become very tricky. Now, we're going to put, all right, now you know my problem, the thing I did before. So I put the wrong amount of butter in, but it was so delicious, I decided to stay with the wrong amount of butter. So it's double the amount of butter the recipe actually called for, but I'll change it properly on Harriet's Florida Kitchen's recipe. So this is 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And finally, the 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice. So we're going to stir this until it melts. All right, we've been stirring this. The butter has now melted. The sugar has melted into the butter. You can barely see a few of the little crystals of sugar around, but you cannot see them in the bowl itself. Now, lemon curd turns out to be pretty foolproof. But one of the things you really do have to do, put this a little closer, is you have to take this, you have to put just a little bit of this into the eggs, because you do not want them, you have to be stirring while you do it. You do not want them to curdle. You don't want them to turn into scrambled eggs. That would be so disgusting with this hot liquid. So you stir, and you stir, and you stir until you get it nice and warm. And when we're through doing that, we're going to put it into the double boiler again, all of the whole thing. Okay, so this may take as long as 12 minutes. It could take 10, it could take less, but how do you know? Well, you know because it begins to leave a kind of a wake. As you can see, it follows itself in a circle. It certainly coats the side. Let me see if you can see that it's coating the side of this thing. It is. No, that doesn't look as that's on the backwards, but you can see it's slowly, it's definitely looking like it's got, let's see, what's it like? It's like frozen orange juice that's defrosted. I don't know if that's going to mean anything to anybody under about 110. Okay, so I'm going to put this into a metal bowl because, although it's a salad bowl, I like it because it chills better. And that's what you want, is you want it to be really chilly. You want it to, because you don't want to melt the ice cream when you're going to layer it on. So you see how nice and thick it is. Goes in like, well, like curd really, or anyway, that's the idea. All right, we're gonna let that chill. Now, in my opinion, this is the hardest part because it's not natural to slice ice cream, as you know. We also have another problem, and that is I realized I forgot to put in the dash of salt for the curd. So, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it in cold. It's cold, I don't care. Stir it in. I'm sure it'll be just divine. But you know, with everything sweet, you need a little bit of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Right. Now, I like to use bluebell ice cream and vanilla. And take the lid off. And think it's just easiest just to, oh gosh. So we're gonna have to get the side off. And I'm not happy with that knife. I'm gonna get another knife. And now, oh gosh. Okay, oh, that's much better. So I did sharpen the other one, but it still wasn't quite doing the job. So I'm going to take this off. We'll turn it on its side. I'm going to slice it like this. Okay. And even if it isn't wonderfully sliced, I'm going to put it in there. I don't want to mash too much down on the crust. So another slice and kind of roll it out a little bit like that. Okay. Slice like that. Slice like this. Another slice over here. Okay. Now we're gonna smear on about half of the curd. All right. And now let's do another layer of ice cream. Yep. Ice cream goes on like this, as you see. All right, like that. Finally, on top, I'm going to put on the rest of the lemon curd. So that goes in like that. Okay, smear it on. Now, I had to make a decision when I did this first time I did it to try it out. The next layer is whipped cream. So I froze it, as it said to, and then I put the whipped cream on at the end and served it. So it was frozen pie with whipped cream on top of it. Fresh whipped cream on top of it right as I served it. But, you know, I didn't think it looked that great. So then I froze the whole thing, and then I cut it with all of the whipped cream being frozen, and that looked beautiful. But this time I'm going to serve it in slices with the whipped cream dolloped on top. Anyway, I'm putting it now into the freezer before it melts anymore. Okay, we're now almost finished. We're gonna get it out of the freezer in a few minutes. I checked it. I'm pretty sure it's hard enough. Now, I'm gonna make just a little whipped cream, and this should just take a couple of seconds. I'm gonna do it with my hand mixer, just because I'm kind of too lazy to get out my stand mixer, which I have to flip out and do all this stuff with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and as soon as it's done, I'll be right back. All right, just about there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm not going to put any sugar in it because there's plenty of sugar in this dessert. I'm going to go get it out of the freezer now. We're hoping for the best. All right, it's out of the freezer, and as you can see, it is really pretty. So I've warmed these up with water, warm water rather than some other kind of heat. Okay. Now, down. So this is not hard as it should be. Okay, even though I'm in the same shirt and the same apron, I didn't want to confuse you. It is the next day because those were not hard enough. So I've heated up the spatula, and I am going to now cut. Okay, let's see how well we can get into this now. Beautifully. Okay, great. And cut it to the edge, and this comes out this way. Turn this like this. I don't know if you can see a bit of a layer of the ribbon along here, and of course you can see it along the top. And so you can see that it'll do a lot better if you let it freeze all night. Duh. Now I had one more thing I should have told you about, and that is remember to subscribe. I always forget to do that. And also you'll need the recipe. So if you look underneath, you'll see the little description, and then it says more, ... more. Click on more, and the rest of the page will open up, and you'll see a bit.ly link that gives you the recipe. Okay, now I'm going to put it on a plate so that you can see. Try to keep this in the camera. All right, so you can see how to do this. I've whipped some more whipped cream. Okay, nice and sweet. So look how pretty this is going to be. So here's the yellow, and you put just a dollop, not a little bit of a dollop, a nice big dollop on top of it, and that's what it's supposed to look like, and it's going to be great. Can you see this? Okay. And then I'll put, you know, if I serve it individually, I'll put a little lemon slice on top. It'll be great. Okay, take a bite. I mean, what could go wrong? Lemon curd, ice cream, whipped cream, and graham cracker crust. It's out of this world. It is so good, you cannot believe it. It's incredible. It's just the best. Okay, this is Harry's Florida Kitchen saying thank you so much for joining me for the Corner House Lemon Ribbon Ice Cream Pie. Yay! Finally! Thank you so much for watching. Bye.